That is exactly what we all wanted to see. That is exactly what we all wanted to see. Oh my God, I missed that. I missed that so much. That is the best game, by far and away the best game Barcelona have played all season, and the scoreline reflects it. A 6-0 win over Valencia at the Stadium Johan Cruyff. I'm not gonna lie, guys, going into this game, I was in a super bad mood because of the stadium. The stadium really pisses me off. This whole situation with the stadium, it's really pissing me off. And seeing Barca play there, seeing one of the biggest clubs in football, play in a stadium that holds less than 5,000 people. I thought after COVID, I was, it's like when COVID happened, we all took for granted how important fans were, in my opinion. Because like you're watching the game, you don't realize how important the fans are and how much they improve the atmosphere. Honestly, it might sound dumb, but it's true. And we noticed that during COVID. The games were so dead. So I never thought I would take a crowd for granted, but man, that stadium was really pissing me off. But you know what? It didn't matter because they still got the win. And if Barca play like that, they can play every single game in that stadium for the rest of the year. UCL semifinal against Bayern Munich, against Real Madrid, play at the Stadium Johan Cruyff. I don't care if the Camp Nou is ready. They keep playing like that. Keep the games at the Stadium Johan Cruyff because that was simply amazing, bro. A 6-0 win. Hansi Flick, he loves coaching against Valencia. Yesterday I said that Kylian Mbappe loves playing Real Sociedad. Hansi Flick loves coaching against Valencia. He's coached 4 games against Valencia as Barca coach. Since he got to Barca, he's coached 4 games against Valencia. 3 in the league and 1 in the Copa del Rey. The aggregate score of those 4 games is 20-2. 20-2. That's ridiculous, man. This guy's a fucking cyborg. And today, we didn't see a star-studded lineup, but we saw the team play so beautifully, man. It was such beautiful football. Honestly, I was getting concerned about Barca because the first few games were not pretty. But today, man, like I said, with no Frankie de Jong, with Rafinha coming in the second half, with Lewandowski coming in the second half, with Lamine Yamal not playing at all, with Gavi not playing at all, with Balde not playing at all, they still put 6 past Valencia. And granted, Valencia, over the past couple years and this year as well, they are not a great team. Once a Spanish giant, or actually a European giant, a team that made 2 UCL finals back in the early 2000s, no longer a Spanish giant. They are terrible. So beating Valencia is not that impressive, but still, it's really impressive when you put 6 past any team. They're a professional team, and putting 6 past Valencia, I'm super happy, bro. I am honestly so happy. We got to see the actual kits that Barca are going to wear this season. We got to see Marc Bernal come into the game. We got to see Rashford and Rooney play well. We got to see 3 different Barca players score a brace, and 2 did in the second half. I mean, there's so many things to talk about in this game. There's so many things to talk about in this game. Just know, and I hope, like, I'm super happy, and I hope you guys are too, because I think we're all feeling, we're not pessimistic about this team, because if you're pessimistic after 4 games, you're just overreactionary. But we're all kind of concerned about the way that Barca was playing. Those first few games are not pretty. Dropping points against Rayo Vallecano, the 3-2 comeback we needed against Levante, it was not great. But today, they showed that Barca from last year once again. And it could just be because they're playing Valencia, but I saw a lot of things today that gave me so much optimism for the future. And again, that was without Lamine Yamal, that was without Rafinha for the first half, or Lewandowski for the first half, or Balde for the whole game, or Gavi or Frankie de Jong for the whole game. Those are some of our best players. And we still got the win. So I'm super happy. But yeah, man, the game today, it was different. Like, it's funny, if you look at that starting lineup, you're seeing Gerard Martin, you're seeing Rooney Buddy, you're seeing Marc Casado, and you're seeing Barca playing that stadium. You would think it's a Barca B game. Honestly, you would think it's a Barca B game, but it's not. That's the Barca first team. That is the Barca first team playing in that stadium, playing with Gerard Martin and Casado and Rooney Buddy. And no disrespect to those guys, obviously I love them, especially Gerard Martin. But what I mean is, like, those are not like huge names. It's not Balde, you're not seeing Frankie de Jong, you're not seeing Lamine Yamal on the wing. And it's just funny to me. But yeah, the lineup was different today because, like I said, Barca are dealing with so many injuries. I made a video talking about that yesterday, how Barca are kind of dealing with an injury crisis at the moment. And today, we didn't see Christensen and Araujo. They're not injured, but we saw Eddie Garcia and Kuwarsi as the 2 center backs, 2 great ball-playing center backs. We saw them at the back line. Then we saw Koundé at right back. I love seeing Jules play right back. To me today, he had a great game, but we'll talk about that later. Then at left back, like I said, we had Gerard Martin. Midfield, Casado and Pedri, the same pivot partnership that we had for a long time last year. Then the front 4 was Rooney on the right, because Rafinha, I thought Rafinha wasn't going to start today because he's coming over from Bolivia, and he needs some time to just kind of, get his feet under him, because it's a long trip. He's playing at altitude. He's probably still a little bit tired. So I thought Hansi Flick benched him just to bring him in the second half with fresher legs, because he didn't want to play Rafinha for the whole game. Just bring him in the second half when he's fresher. But it turns out Hansi Flick started Rooney Buddy and put Rafinha on the bench because Rafinha came late to training. And we saw Hansi Flick do that multiple times last year with Jules Koundé, and now he's doing it with Rafinha. And that to me is great. It sets a tone for the rest of the team. Because if I Hansi Flick, I'm not Hansi Flick, of course, I'm not nearly as beautiful or smart as him, but if I was Hansi Flick, I'm benching Rafinha. He just had one of the best seasons a Barca player has had, apart from Messi, in the past decade. He's going to be in the podium for the Ballon d'Or in a couple weeks now. And I benched him. and I benched Kunde last year, who's in my opinion one of the best, like to me he's the best right back in the world, but one of the best right backs in the world. That means I can bench any of you. None of you are off the hook. So I love seeing that from Hansi Flick. So he benched Rafinha and he put in Rudy Barhi. And then he had Firmino at cam, Ferran at striker, and then Rashford on the left wing. And that lineup, man, in that first half, it worked so well. The Barca were creating chances. Valencia did fuck all in that first half. They did fuck off for the whole game, but in that first half especially, they absolutely did nothing. Joan Garcia literally doesn't have to wash his kit. He can just wear it again for the game against Newcastle. He doesn't have to wash. He doesn't have to wipe off sweat. Nothing, bro. He doesn't have to do anything. Like he burned 0 calories today. He played a game as a professional football player, as a goalkeeper, and he burned 0 calories. That's hard to do. That is hard to do. But Joan Garcia did it because he had nothing to do. Because Valencia couldn't get anything going. Barca's pressing was so good. Their counter pressing was amazing. Every time they lost the ball, you had Fermin and you had Rashford and you had Rooney just swarming and getting the ball back. It was amazing. And that first goal, of course, comes courtesy of Fermin Lopez. He was going to go to Chelsea. We got an offer from Chelsea. Barca didn't accept it. They said, you know what, if you want Fermin, you got to pay us 80 because he's that good. And you know what, I'm glad Barca, stood firm because that guy is too good to sell him for 40 million. Okay, Chelsea, you can rip off other clubs, not Barcelona. Nobody rips off Barcelona anymore. Not anymore. It happened in the past, but now we're firm. We're not getting ripped off anymore, and they're not going to rip us off for Fermin because that goal, Guarci to Ferran. Ferran with a little, he just touches it, just gives it to Fermin right there. Fermin is making that run out on the left wing, and a beautiful finish to the far post, and then he points at the badge and he says, I'm staying here, and he kisses the badge. The Gymshark badge. Yes, we're with Gymshark. No, I'm kidding, but you know what? Like, I love to see that. I love to see that from Fermin. It was great. It was wonderful, and like I said, that was well-deserved because in that first half, Barca were playing so well. I was loving what I was seeing from Rashi and Ferran. I was loving their connection, trying to link up. Sometimes they didn't go well, but they were trying. And they're kind of, I see them, building that chemistry slowly but surely, which I like to see. I'm seeing Rashford build that chemistry with Pedri and with the midfielders. I'm seeing Rooney. We got to talk about Rooney because he came off in the second half, only played 45 minutes, so we got to talk about him briefly here. He was amazing, bro. I actually thought Rooney played, okay, maybe not amazing. He was really, really good. You're never going to, look, you can never replace Lamine Yamal like for like because he's such a unique profile and he's so good. You're never gonna you're not gonna insert any right winger on the not on the planet, but there's very few right wingers you can insert into a team and you can get the same production, the same level that you get from Lamine Yamal. And Rooney obviously didn't show us that level, but he played really well. I thought he was linking up well. I thought his understanding of space was really good. He was filling in the space when he needed to. He was shooting on goal. He had a couple shots which looked really good with his left foot. I like what I see from Rooney, buddy. I really want to see this kid develop, and I think he can be a great player in the future because he has a lot of potential, man. He has a lot of potential. We saw today in that first half. I really like what I saw from him. Didn't have like a specific standout moment, but I think overall his game, it was a very, very good game from Rooney. But he's so super optimistic to see what he's going to do in the future for Barca. Glad he's registered. The first time we actually got to see him play in La Liga was today. His first official game for Barca was today because obviously he just got registered. So really like what I saw from Rooney, but yeah, man, in that first half, I thought Rashford played well. I thought Ferran missed a couple chances. He missed a big chance, man. Ferran missed a big chance. In that first half, it was a sitter, and he missed it. And Ferran's finishing, he missed a couple chances too in the second half. His finishing kind of sucks. His link-up play today, in my opinion, was really good. I thought he was linking up fairly well. His finishing is sometimes just terrible. He just comes and goes. Sometimes, he scored a hat-trick against Valencia last year in the Copa del Rey. And then today, he could have had a hat-trick if he wanted to, but he just kept missing chances. But anyway, first half, like I said, utter domination from Barca. The one chance that Valencia had was, it was a bad pass from a stupid pass by Eric, and then Valencia out on the break, and then Cuba just made a great challenge. It even Joan Garcia didn't even make a save on that. He just Cuba just made a great challenge, but that was like the one chance Valencia had, if they had any. And then the second half comes around. We see a change. Who comes off? Who was it that came off? Rooney came off, of course, and Rafinha came on. And Rafinha instantly makes an impact, and it's an assist courtesy of Marcus Rashford. His first goal contribution as a Barca player. A pass to Rafinha, a great ball, by the way. A great ball. The Valencia keeper could be doing better because the ball is super close to him. He should be coming out of his box and collecting that. But he doesn't. He kind of just stays still. And Rafinha with a really weird finish. That ball was spinning like backwards and it just kind of spin forward after. It was a great finish from Rafinha, who came onto the pitch and instantly made an impact. And Rashford, man, what a ball that was. That was a great ball from Marcus Rashford. And again, like I said today, I thought Rashford was working really well on the left-hand side. Had a chance in that first half, which he missed from a pass from Ferran, but I thought he was getting involved in the game and he's looking a lot more comfortable in this team. Again, people think I defend Rashford too much. I'm a Rashford apologist. I think he looks really good. I think he's looking really decent right now. So I love what I saw from Rashford. And again, that pass was beautiful. And then a couple minutes after that, Fermin Lopez gets another goal. And it was a rocket, bro, from outside of the box. A rocket from outside of the box. What a goal that was. What a goal that was from Fermin Lopez. He's not going anywhere, man. He is not going anywhere. He's such a unique player because he has so much energy. He's so technically gifted. He's so, I don't know, I love the way that Fermin Lopez plays football. He plays football with intent. Some guys, you see them play football and the game just kind of passes them by. They just kind of stand around and the game passes them by. Fermin Lopez plays football with a lot of intent, and I love to see that because Everything he does is with a purpose. If he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it with a purpose. If he's gonna shoot, he's gonna fucking blast it. If he's gonna press, he's gonna suffocate you. And I love that from Firmino. So today we saw that goal. He got a brace and it was great. And then Rafinha got another goal. So we saw it was Fermin, Rafa, and then Firmino and Rafa again. So it was 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. And then Rafinha's second goal was just beautiful, man. It was a ball into the box. I forgot who played that ball, but it's just kind of like it hits off Gadia's hand. It's just kind of bouncing around, and then Rafinha with the low-driven shot to the near post, I believe it was. I think it was to the near post, if I'm not mistaken. Wonderful finish. And Rafinha with a brace. I love it, man. I love it. And then Lewandowski, man. Old man Lewa comes onto the game and scores the 5th goal. It was a great run from Koundé. Koundé's carrying the ball forward. He feeds it to Olmo. Olmo finds Lewa. And then the finish, man, posting in. Grandpa still got it, man, with his bleached hair. I don't know, like he looks kind of cool with that shit. I'm not gonna lie, but you know he dyes his hair and he's scoring those goals. It was great to see, man. It was great to see, and those are the chances that Ferran Torres has to learn to convert. If Ferran Torres wants to be a guy who gets consistent minutes on his team over Lewandowski when Lewa's fully fit, you gotta finish those chances because Lewandowski he finishes those chances. Now Ferran, like I said, I thought his hold-up play was good, but Lewandowski finishes those chances and he's gotta finish those. But that was the 5th goal of the game, and then finally the 6th goal of the game again came courtesy of Robert Lewandowski. We thought he was offside. It turns out he wasn't offside. Gadia keeps him on. Generational disaster comes from Gadia, by the way. He played shit today. He was so bad. A guy who I've watched my whole life watching La Liga. I've watched Gadia for so long. It seems like he's been playing for the longest time anyway. He had a disaster class today. He keeps Lewa on. It was a great pass from Mark Bernal who came onto the game. He feeds Lewa. Lewa's kind of in between the lines. He feeds him, and then Lewa turns around him with a great finish, a little chip over the keeper, and that was it. That was 6-0. It was amazing, man. I'm honestly so thrilled with the way that Barca played. It's games like this that reminded me how fun it was to watch this team last season. I know we Barca fans, we kind of sound spoiled because, first 3 games of the year, we're not playing that well and we're thinking the sky's falling. It's like if you saw what we saw last season for all those games, you understand why. Because it's just beautiful football that this team plays, and we missed it. And today we got it back. And yeah, like I said, to see 3 different Barca players score a brace, and 2 of them do it in the second half. To see Fermin Lopez, who there was rumors about him leaving, to come in and to see what he did and to score a brace, it was beautiful. But anyway, let's go player by player and just talk about the performance briefly. At goalkeeper, we had Joan Garcia. Like I said, Joan didn't do shit, and that's the best thing you can ask for. When you have in a football team, when you, and then I say something, on a football team, the one thing you want from a goalkeeper is for him not to get involved. Because if a goalkeeper doesn't get involved, it most likely means you played a good game. And today, Joan Garcia didn't get involved, Barca played a good game. Made a couple saves in the second half, but nothing crazy. He was amazing, okay? Right back, Koundé. I thought he was great. I thought Jules Koundé was so good today, both defensively and going forward. I thought he's back. I think he's finally getting his groove back. He's finally getting his form back. He looked great today. That is the Koundé that we know and love. I thought he looked great today. Cuba and Eddie Garcia, chef's kiss, man. Beautiful performances by both of them. I thought Cuba was a little bit better than Eddie, but I thought both of them were really, really good. Both were so good playing out from the back. We know how good they are playing out from the back. I mean, they're just better with their feet than Araujo, obviously, and in my opinion, Christensen too, even though Christensen is great with his feet too. But those two guys, they're so clean on the ball. Barca were looking so comfortable in possession, playing out from the back, and it was thanks to those two guys. And also defensively, Valencia didn't do shit. They didn't do anything. And the left back, Gerard Martin, the weakest to me out of the back 5, it was Gerard Martin. I didn't think he had his best game going forward. He kind of misplaced a couple passes. It's just Gerard Martin. You're going to get some good games, some bad games. I didn't think he was great today. Casal and Pedri was amazing. I mean, he was so good. He never makes a wrong... He always makes the right decision on the ball. Every single time. Every time Pedri has the ball at his feet, he's making the correct decision. Yes, he misplaced a couple passes here and there, but I thought his work off the ball and just his overall contribution to the team and to help the team get the win. Didn't get a goal, didn't get an assist, but I thought he was great. Casalo, fantastic too. I thought he was really, really good defensively. Just had a really, really good performance. Really, really good. Had a great performance in my opinion from Marc Casalo. I really liked what I saw from him. I thought both of them were outstanding today. And then the front 4, obviously, like I said, Rooney, we talked about him. Didn't get a goal, didn't get an assist, but looked good in my opinion. Rafinha with a brace coming off the bench. Wonderful. Dani Olmo came in, had an assist. I thought Dani looked good, but he was not as good as Fermin, who had 2 goals. I think Fermin is the number 10 on this team. I love what I see from him. I love what I see from Fermin. Rashford, like I said, Olmo came in, sorry. I thought he looked good. Obviously, had an assist, had a great assist. That pass to Leo was clean for the 5th goal. But I just thought Fermin was amazing. And then left wing, Rashford, like I said, when he was there, had an assist, and I thought overall was his best game in a Barca kit. And that's not, obviously, he hasn't had amazing games so far for Barca, but that to me was his best game in a Barca kit. I thought he showed a lot of promise, and he looked really good. And then the striker, Ferran, didn't get a goal, missed a couple chances. It was kind of frustrating to watch at times, but Lewa came in and got a brace. So yeah, man, I'm super happy. Hansi Flick's domination over Valencia continues, and this is just amazing, man. This is the Barca that I wanted to see today after the international break. That international break to me seemed eternal. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so glad it's over. I'm so glad football's back. We got UCL this week. We got big games on Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Barca play against Newcastle at St. James's Park, so I cannot wait for that. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think of this Barca win? Are you happy? Are you sad? You shouldn't be sad, but if you are, let me know why. And yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one for the best graphic tees in the game. Check out the final thread. The link is in the description down below. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.